Oh, hello everybody and welcome to Bleach Manga Chapter 642, live reaction and review. Baby, hold your hand for our eyes are open. I think that's supposed to be 5, I do not know. And it's Akon, my boy, we haven't seen you in a while. When did we last see you? Oh, when the rocket was about to go. What? Captain Kurosuchi doesn't call you by your name? Nemu! Yes, lately he always calls me Nemu. What's the matter? Nemu must be your name. No. My name is Young Memories. Nemu Namago Nanago. Oh wait. Oh wait, is this present time? I can't tell now. Because Akon's in a band-aid. Akon rather. I think that's his fucking name. I'm sure it's Akon. I need to double check that. Bleach Akon? Yeah, Akon. It's probably pronounced some way else. Some other way though. Well, something came out. Hey, Kuna, what are you doing? I didn't do anything. Jeez, we already have no time because we have to restore all the lab functions before the captains come back. Yeah. Huh? What? What the fuck's that? These are the remains of the Godly Soul Project Nemu. It was a long time ago. Nemu, you mean Nemu-chan? Yeah, these are from the 1st to the 3rd. It's their remains, in other words, dead bodies. Oh god, he must have cared about them. Huh? It looks like parts of a thread. That was the start. We kept failing. The 4th one finally had a brain. The technology of the 4th one is what fixed my head. Yes. The 5th one was able to get to the embryo stage. With that technology, the captain could modify his Sanpokto and became... Oh! That's how he became captain. Oh, Kuna's petrified. Oh god, Ashisokichizu. The 6th one grew to an age of 2 years, but the cells stopped dividing and it died. Ah, it was the life expectancy of godly soul cells. That's why when the 7th surpassed that life expectancy, the captain was extremely happy. Ah. Nemu, don't die! Oh god, she's flying up. Why? Oh, I need soundscape to Ardor. This is a soundscape to Ardor moment. Or Requiem. Why did Mayuri-sama stop calling me Nemuri 7th? Why are you asking me and not him? I don't think he would answer. If you can understand that, you should be able to realize that it's pointless to ask me. You have no idea how long I've been waiting for Nemu's past. Well, technically Mayuri's as well, but you know. Well, I think he's embarrassed. Embarrassed? I don't think Mayuri-sama has those kinds of feelings. Sometimes what you say is surprising. The captain said. Oh, look at him. The godly Shinigami, new souls created from nothing, are the dream of any Shinigami. However, it's stupid to have a dream while awake. That's why I will call this project Nemuri Project. Note Nemuri equals sleep. Oh, it was the captain's irony. And this is just my guess, but the godly Shinigami are not the dream of any Shinigami. They are Captain Kurosuchi's dream. Do you understand? Oh god. I will call this project Every Day You Eat, Sleep, Breathe, You Grow Up, Learning something new. During this time, for Captain Kurosuchi, it's like living a dream. And probably he's embarrassed by the fact that you might realize that, but I didn't realize. Seeing as you become more intelligent each day, I also knew that one day you'd realize it. If I were ignorant, Mayuri-sama would continue calling me seventh. That's impossible. You're the captain's masterpiece. Oh god, angry Mayuri! It's impossible to think you wouldn't evolve. Mayuri... Oh? What's going on? Nemu, you... Why did you have this power? She did that! Oh, wait, let's... Oh, yeah, I can see her zooming now. I was just about to say, why didn't Kubo do something about her zooming? And yeah, I can see the after effect there. Jesus, so is Pernida dead? Now, you gave me this power, Mayuri-sama. You gave me the body of a Shinigami. I brought its power up to its 0.8% tissue collapse. It's not a problem. I can last another 400 seconds using that power. I'm not saying that. I didn't give you any order like that. It's not an order. It's my mission. My mission is to protect you, Mayuri-sama. No, it's the other way round! No! Your mission is to grow. I think that I can best show you my growth by protecting you. Huh? You became a good talker. I didn't think I'd ever have to let you fight in my place. It's quite humiliating. Go on, Nemu! Oh no! No, 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 no! Soul cut in 6%. I'll cut 6% of the soul and directly shoot it into you to destroy you. Ginkgo Jurinju. Oh god, what the fuck does that mean? Don't end! Changing her soul into power. Okay, be right back. I need a moment! Always strive to be better at anything that came before you, but not perfect. I've been saying this for quite a while now, that this battle is mirroring Mayuri versus Xyle in many ways. Maybe because it's the only... Well, not the only battle, I suppose, but the only major battle when it comes down to Mayuri. As far as the canon goes, of course. I mean, if you add the fillers, add a lot, but obviously, you know, it's just canon. Anyway. Yes, I know he fought Giselle, blah, 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 but, yeah, that was enjoyable. It wasn't really a case of teaching anything, or doing anything, or advancing anything for Mayuri. Well, I suppose his hype level, so it did do that, but it was just a case of, like, you know, taking down the bitch, the he-she. But yeah. This is probably a stretch to say, but it's not impossible to think. Now, again, I haven't read the manga for Bleach prior to the 1000-year Blood War arc, of course, but whether that speech was in there or not, like, or at least a version of it, the perfection speech, reading through Nemu's past, what happened to those that came before her, I think it's safe to assume that that was foreshadowing. It just seems too... I mean, I'm probably putting something together that doesn't really fit, but at the same time it just fits so well, especially with the theme that's going on. It just... It doesn't seem that impossible to think. But anyway, let's just talk about this chapter. This chapter, we learned about Nemu. We learned about the clones that came before her. The first clone that came before her, well, the first two clones, first three clones that came before her were, didn't really get past the, let's just call it the conceiving stage. They made it to a thread. They probably advanced certain stages, but that was just it. They just never made it past the thread. But while they got to the fourth stage, the brain finally developed, and you know, they were able to fix someone's head. I don't particularly know who it is, but when they got to the fifth stage, the embryo finally formed, and Mayuri used that technology to modify his Sanpakuto. So that's why he can explode Ashizuki Chizu and not having, you know, in Bonkai form, and not having him go through the bloody shit of dealing with Nimaya and all that. And well, I don't think, did he? Yeah, of what's his fucking face? I forgot the Sanpakuto. No, the naming boy. But when they got to the sixth one, Nemu was growing, but it didn't last that long. The baby only got to the age of 2, and eventually the body gave in. The cells wouldn't divide. But then we get to lucky number 7, Nemu herself. Nemu finally... Well, the Nemuri project finally succeeded. Well, it wasn't really the Nemuri project, it was the Godly project, but I'm just going to call it the Nemuri project. Finally succeeded. Nemu was able to grow and whatnot, but I suppose, you know, like, as Mayuri, he was probably like, okay, let's wait till she passes the age of 2, and then we'll say it's a success. And she was a success. As callous as that sounds, I suppose... Like, this is just an assumption on my part. But because, like, you know, the 6th Nemu finally developed and was aging, you know, from the form, there would have to been some kind of care. I'm not saying it was Mayuri that was caring for her solely, but Mayuri probably formed an attachment to her, even during the process, you know, for the 6th stage, mostly. I mean, like, 1 through 5, I don't think it was possible. Well, no, actually. 1 through 4, probably not possible. But 5, when it was starting to develop a little bit further, probably. But 6, most definitely. But then when she died, he was probably, you know, like, taking it safe with the 7th. And it was a good thing he did. So yeah, and Nemu was basically asking, why did Mayuri stop calling me the 7th? And Akon was just like, what do you mean? Because he'll be embarrassed and all that. Because he knows Mayuri well, because they've been together, well, I don't particularly know how long ago this was. But, let's just assume it's, yeah, in the 80s? So, yeah, let's just assume it's in the 80s. Because Nemu looks about 18. Maybe a bit older, but I'm just going for the 80s because, like, she looks more 18. What was I going to say? Oh yeah, Akon, if that's the case, then Akon has been with him for a good 70 years then. So he probably knows the captain really well. And knows what he's been through. After all, he is the 3rd seat. The thing is with this... The reason why Nemu was probably going to Akon and not Mayuri himself, Mayuri, is because, yes, she knows that Mayuri wouldn't tell her, that's a given, but I suppose he would act like he usually does, like snap at her and whatnot, but not want her to hate him, which is kind of strange considering what he has done. But with this... Like, at first, right, I thought that Nemu was basically something from her dead daughter. Cliche, I know, but it is, like, you know, the plausible thing when it comes down to a scientist. But that wasn't the case. It was... He basically constructed his own daughter. Why? I don't particularly know. Now, again, I know the dead daughter thing is a bit of a cliche, but at least we would have had an answer. I mean, sure you can say, but Xaydam, it was probably because of the advancements. But the advancements came after the deaths of 1 through 6. That's the thing. Like, sure, maybe after, you know, let's say the 4th one. He was thinking that. But, to be perfectly honest, I think he was thinking more about it succeeding rather than the latter. And, yeah, he finally got a project, his masterpiece. Not his perfection, his masterpiece. That's the thing. I was honestly thinking Akon was going to say perfection, but he didn't. This Nemu, he wants her to grow. He wants her to live. He wants her to learn. He wants her to feel. He wants her to do everything. He wants her to dream. Now, you're probably thinking, now, that's a bit of a switcheroo compared to what we've seen. But that's the thing. Compared to those times, I mean, sure, he was a bastard to her, but if you take this into account and what Akon is saying, Mayuri was technically... He didn't want the enemy to think Nemu is his weakness. Because Nemu is his weakness. We're seeing this now. He was basically, like, you know, saying to the enemy, or Nemu was saying to the enemy about this and that about Mayuri. And then it was just like, oh, shit. Because that's basically what it was. It was like, oh, I have you as a hostage. Nah, not going to work. Oh, crap. And then, you know, like, with Uryu, okay, I'll use her. But then bloody Mayuri cut it down and he was just like, what the fuck? So, yeah. But at the end of the day, when it came to Uryu, mainly because obviously Xayl was dead afterwards and I don't think she would really interact with him, she was defending Mayuri, and I will admit at the time I was with Uryu on that, saying like, why the fuck are you defending him? Like, I still liked him, because he was a badass, but why would you defend something like that? And we know why. Because, literal or not, stepdaughter or no, Nemu is Nemu's daughter. Because he has a parent's dream. He wants to protect his daughter. He wants her to grow. He wants to experience new things. He wants her to dream. He wants her to live. That's why when we're seeing all this, is prior to Nemu coming in, he was fine. He didn't have to worry about it because she was off into the sidelines and he knew she wouldn't come, but she did. That's why he snapped. It's like, not his adrenaline, but his fears were taken over. But now, he's acknowledging that Nemu is evolving to the point where she can handle herself. Now, she can handle herself already. I'm not saying that. It's just every parent fears their child's future. They do. And obviously, in Mayuri's case, and the world that they obviously live in, he's worried about her not being able to see that future because of this. But Nemu is bolstering her powers, and yeah, like, you know, Mayuri's just like, no, your mission is to grow. But Nemu's just like, I think that I can best show you my growth by protecting you. And Mayuri is pissed at that, but he can't really argue with that, because at the same time, he's also a scientist. I want to see results. And then, you know, do I think Pernida is defeated? If so, I will be pleasantly surprised. I was expecting the battle to end this chapter because, you know, when I expect, you know, something from Kubo, it doesn't happen, but I did get something. We got a dual backstory. We got a dual backstory into Mayuri's technical genius, I suppose, like, you know, his advancements, how it came to be, and so on and so forth. We got something into Nemu, and we also got a little bit more of an insight into Mayuri himself. He is the Tsunda captain! He is. And, my god, this chapter was amazing. I ain't gonna lie. The dialogue, the interaction, Nemu evolving and changing, her just going in Rambo style. I'm gonna give this chapter a 10 out of 10. It was good. I really enjoyed it. Nice character development for Nemu and Mayuri. Nice backstory. Very informative. Nice interactions, again, with Mayuri and Nemu, showing off that father-daughter side. And a fucking cool power for Nemu, what can I say? Like, it's been a while. No, actually, we have never seen Nemu like this. Sure, we've seen her, like, you know, fight and all that, but not like this. She's facing down a fucking Sternritter, the god Sternritter. Because, like, you know, like, Arm of the Soul King, god Sternritter, yeah. Well, technically, it's kind of like, you know, no, he's a oh god, I don't want to dive into that. But yeah, 10 out of 10. Really good chapter. My body is not ready for next week. Good day.